Okay, welcome to our love spell series. This is episode 3. If you're new to the channel, don't be afraid to like the video and subscribe. So, today we will be talking about love spell collection. So, I guess this article is about 20 different spells, I guess, that people are sharing. Again, this is our storytelling episode, like usual. That's what we do. We tell stories. Okay, so all of these spells are sourced from this subreddit, except for the two that is sourced from Wikipedia. Okay, so love spell 1. It is on Reddit. It was labeled as witchcraft/comments. You would love to hear your love spell success story. So it says a simple one using paper dolls. It says you will want to have pink thread, a candle plus cinnamon. It says I performed it diligently for a week. 1 week later, I met someone at the mall who wanted to give me his digits. And he was the exact image of who I had drawn and described in my ritual. So the love spell 2, it says it was on Reddit too, and it's like a success story. This person said, I did some research and gathered some items that represent love, like lapis, rose quartz, honey. I cast the circle and did my ritual. Every day I would chant my chant while shaking the jar. So they had like a little love jar going on. Okay, so love spell 3. It was on Reddit, and it's another love spell success. So the person used flower petals, apple seed bracelets, red roses, red and pink candles, heart-shaped amulets, dragon blood incense, 2 red apples, and offering them on their altar to the deity that they was communicating with. Then they said they got crafty and glued magazine clippings on the back of a photo. It was a celebrity they considered to be attractive at this time. Making a mood board of words they wanted the future relationship to be described. And then they said they made themselves a tiny spell bottle filled with herbs and little rose quartz chips in a love poem written on birch bark, which I wore on a leather band around my neck. That's what they said. Okay, so the love spell 4. They said they used a red candle dressed with cinnamon, sugar, catnip, and honey. Then they said they used a nail to write what and who they wanted. They used the person's name. That's what they said. So then love spell 5. They said they let a pot simmer, ointed with a red candle, and lit it. Okay, so love spell 6. I guess they said, let's see. Okay, so they used rose petals, lavender, cinnamon stick, pink Himalayan salt, and hibiscus flowers, and grated orange peel spearmint. Then they said, write a list of the traits you are looking for in a soulmate. It not only helps to draw someone with those qualities to you, it also helps your focus as you do your spell work. Okay? And then they said you can roll it up and place it in the jar with the ingredients. Love spell seals your jar, an incantation of what you want into it before you close it. So the love spell 7. Allspice, cinnamon, vanilla, touch of cardamom in the jar. I actually do suggest the barest hint of sexual fluids in this as well. 1 finger and stir the jar with it. Of course, a good tag lock for your target and all. Most of the recipes and instructions will work, so if you've been looking, you know how to do this. But that's the ingredients I would use. That's what they said. Mr. Fox is here. A tag lock is something like hair, nail clippings, a signature, or a name of your target, pictures. That's all tag locks. You don't need all of them. You decide what's appropriate. A picture of your target would do fine. Look at Mr. Fox. Hello, my little baby. My little pumpkin is here. Hi, Mr. Fox. Welcome, Mr. Fox, to the show. He's so happy today. Hey. Hi, Mr. Fox. Hi. We're going to get back to it. Don't worry. The fox is here. We love that baby. He wants to sit by his mommy. Okay, so let's get back to it. So love spell 8. Light some pink candles. Choose a carrier oil that you like. Add in some rose oil, some cinnamon oil. Mix everything together clockwise while saying the kind of traits you ideal in a partner, like whatever traits you would like to have. Now start at your feet and massage the oil upwards to bring this type of person to you. This isn't going to make someone fall in love with you, but it will open the door to have a person with the traits you describe come into your life, and after that, you have to do the good old-fashioned work of bonding and hoping it's a match. Okay? So then they said, love spelled 9. A circle on the table with white yarn. Put a white candle in the middle. Add rosemary around the candle and lavender drops into the burning candle itself. And then they said, I prayed or set my intention with it for a while. Then they said, love spell 10. Okay, 2 red candles, red string, 2 red paper cut in a heart, needle, fireproof dish, love herbs, photo of you in the other in mine. Okay? Then they said, write your name on one candle and the name of the other person you have in mind on the opposite candle, as well as the corresponding birth dates. Bind the candle with red string together. Light the candle, and as the flame burns, write your name on one heart paper and write the other in mine on the other piece of paper. String together the paper with the names facing each other, but leave an opening fold. The photographs facing each other, and forward you will put the folded photographs into the heart and love herb plants in the paper with the names under a plant. As the plant grows, so will your love. Okay, we need a water break. That was a lot. Okay, so spells 11 through 15. It's a whole nother article, and we are not going to click it at this moment because this is a really long article. Okay, so now we're jumping to love spell 16. Take a photo of your target and place it face down on a glass of water. Hide this in a dark cupboard in your bedroom, and they will be drawn to you until you bring it back into the light. Okay, love spell 17. Bring love to me. You'll need paper, an envelope, writing utensil, rose petals, real or fake lipstick, and perfume. On the paper, write the qualities you're looking for in someone. Better to focus more on personality traits that will lead to true compatibility over exact physical characteristics. Once you've written it all down, put on the lipstick and kiss where you would sign the page. Fold 3 times, kiss it again, and spray with the perfume. Put the paper and the petals into the envelope, seal it, and then kiss it once more. Keep it in a safe place and give it time. So here's love spell 18. Love spell alternative. Pink candle paper in a pen, dried lavender, dried rose, a piece of rose quartz, a bowl of pink or red pouch. This spell is best done during a new moon or before a full moon. Also good to do on a Friday as the day of Venus/Aphrodite. Start off by lighting the candle, then write what you want on the paper. But write it as if you have already acquired it. Example, I have a safe and stable love in my life. Visualize the love you want. Mix the dried lavender, rose, and rose quartz in the bowl, and then put it along with the paper into the pouch and tie it up. The paper should be folded, 9 times. I'm assuming it doesn't have to be folded across, as it would be very difficult. You should also always fold towards yourself. Let the candle burn out by itself. Bring the pouch on your person or hang it in your home to bring love to you. Here's love spell number 19. Salt for protection, blue string for harmony, a lavender for calmness, sage for peace, coffee for peace and strength, rose for love, rosemary for protection, and cinnamon for love and healing. Vanilla extract for love. Pink and red candle, calamine for peace and love. Okay, so here's love spell 20. Spell timing, new moon or waxing. A small glass bowl a little bigger than the size of one's fist will do. Rose petals of any color. I recommend red or pink. Small white flowers such as Queen Anne's lace. A small twig of rosemary smaller than your pinky finger. Anything small that reminds you of the person. I myself added flowers. I collected on a walk with my person. Water a window's sill. How to perform all the following actions while holding the thought of your loved one in your mind. Think of happy times together, things you've done together, things they've said that made you smile, etc. Fill the glass bowl about 3/4 of the way with water. Float one rose petal on the water. Put the smaller white flowers around it. Put the twig of rosemary in the rose petal. Put the things that remind you of the person in the rose petal as well. This can be some sort of trinket, a seal, etc. You can also sprinkle some red or pink glitter over the bowl for more lighthearted love. Place on the windowsill at night and let it sit overnight. You can either keep the bowl near the window after that or dump out the water and collect all the objects in a small cloth bag and keep that. Tip. The next tip it says, if this is a new love coming after an old one, rip up a couple of rose petals and sink them in the water before putting in the other items. This will help you move on from the past love and keep your head in the now. Love spell 21. Get 2 figural candles that represent your gender expression and your souls. Whoever it may be, so and so. Pink is best. White or red is good. Dress them in an oil of your choice, but I would recommend something that opens the lines of communication like jasmine or geranium. If you can get Damiana and roll the candles in it, place the figures face to face. Create a bridge between them out of rosemary, rose petals, carnation petals, or your favorite flowers. Surround the entire setup with a circle of salt to keep them together. If you want to, you can add a circle of yellow or white chime candles, or you can add incense or crystals that enhance communication. Quartz, citrine, etc. Just depends on how deeply you want to get into it. Don't forget to charge everything with your intention. Then you can pray in your head or chant or just talk about what you want to happen. If you want to write it down, go ahead, just get it all out. Ask for open communication and truth. Fight for what you want. You can do it. I hope you guys are enjoying this so far. And again, if you are new to the channel, now would be a good time to like the video, to subscribe. And again, this is episode 3 in our love spell series. I hope you watched the previous love spell episodes. And again, I still will be including below the love spell book and many others like the Bible, the Psalms. That's all going to be in the comments below. And it's going to be in the description. So no need to worry. And stay tuned to watch even more episodes of our special storytelling love spell series. Now let's get back to the video. So love spell 22. You have to take a nice big potato and wash it. While washing it, you must concentrate the 2 people you want to bring together. Then you carve the names and birth date of the 2 people. Then you carve a heart around the names and birth dates. Then, if there's room, you can put words or phrases pertaining to the couple. Then you sprinkle basil on the potato and rub it in. Lastly, you bury the potato under the light of the full moon for better results. The moonlight should be in the spotlight which you bury. You take care of the potato like any other growing plant. When the potato starts growing, that signifies the love between the two people growing. So, love spell number 23 is the honey jar. Honey, rose, catnip, calamine, lavender, and of course the petition paper. For the petition, write the person's name and then my name sideways on top of theirs. They're saying whatever your name is, their name, and then your name on top. Then I write how I want them to treat me around the names without ever lifting the pen off the paper. Then I wrote the papers into little scrolls and tied them shut with red crochet thread. Okay, so love spell. It looks like number 11, so they jump back to number 11. Witch thief. Let me see. A rose quartz crystal, cinnamon, and corn husk. On the next full moon or new moon, shake the corn husk into a small doll shape, tie it with some string, and let it dry out. While you are shaping this little doll, add some cinnamon to the inside of the doll. Next, take your rose quartz and pour your intention into it. Hold it in your hand and think about the traits, not the person. The traits you find most attractive in someone. This can be things like tall, a nice, whatever, smart, kind, gentle, rough, nice eyes, romantic, movie geek, whatever. You know what you like. When you are done programming the crystal, give it a soft kiss. Now when the corn doll is dry, place your crystal near it and in a place it won't get scorched, and light it on fire and let it burn all the way up in a fire safe area, of course. As it burns, recite the incantation below. Bring to me the love I yearn for. Let me find the love I've earned. Bring me a partner, perfect, loving and kind, beautiful of mine. I beseech these forces grand. Heed the call of this burning man. Let this fire ignite their desire. Bring me the one who is correct. Let my love resurface, so mote it be. That's what they want you to recite. Once your spell is finished, bring your crystal inside when it's cool and place it under your pillow or next to your bed until the spell manifests properly. That's all there is to it. Feel free to modify the incantation to suit your deities and entities and forces you work with. Okay, so they're back to love spell 12. Lover's binding spell. Take something that belongs to him and something of yours. Tie them together with a piece of Adam and Eve root and copper pennies. Put a few small drops of bend over oil on it and tell it what to do. Keep it under your bed and feed it on Fridays. So they said usually what people use is 2 pairs of worn underwear. This is a common one to do the trick. So love spell number 13. Yellow candle, honey, carnations, and mint with a pen to irritate him until he talks to you. Okay. It worked within a week, but he didn't apologize for what he did wrong. Turns out that was all I wanted. And I don't know if this was the spell, but he kind of got very loving feelings for me and things got weird. It's been years and he's now apologizing but still had feelings. I swear it's because Aquarians react weirdly to spells. So you could try asking the spirits for help. There's loads that help with reconciliation. And then she mentioned Gapa, Gießen, Amun. I don't even know what language that is. But that can be difficult for beginners. Okay, so love spell number 14 is the honey jar spell. Timing, waxing moon. You can tweak it according to what you're using the honey jar spell for. Legal in Libra, social clubs in Gemini, etc. One jar, one item representing the target. A business card or promotional item, a piece of paper with the target signature, a photo, an image of yourself or your business. This is optional. It'll work as well without this. Honey, sugar, or something else sweet. Sugar, syrup, nectar, anything you had on hand. If you know what your target prefers, you can use that. Otherwise, use what you like. And then they left some directions. They said, clean and cleanse the jar well. You can reuse any jar. Just be sure to soak and scrub the label off. Completely wash it well and cleanse it of any former influences. Then they said, charge all items toward your intent. Declare the purpose of each item by saying something appropriate. For example, this business card shall represent the mortgage company. This photograph represents my family. This jar shall contain my spell. The sweetness of the honey shall sweeten the disposition of those who taste it. Then say, place the representation of the target inside the jar and take the representation of yourself outside the jar so that the image of the target is facing the image of yourself. Then they said, now pour the sweetest stuff into the jar until it completely covers the target objects. Say something appropriate like, think sweetly on me and my family. Target, let honey flow from your lips as you speak to me. Listen with delight and ears as I make my request and fulfill it with joy in my heart. Then they said, place the honey jar on the altar or somewhere nearby and keep it there until it's done its job. Then they said, recharge the spell regularly. You can place a tea light candle on top of the jar and light it periodically while repeating your intention. From step 4, or open it and add a few more drops of honey or whatever sweetener you use while repeating your intention. Okay, so additional comments. Although jars are very convenient for this spell, you do not have to use a jar. Any container will work. A sugar bowl or cookie jar would work just as well. It doesn't even need to have a lid, but it doesn't. You could get ants or flies. However, if you just need it for a very short period of time for the day, perhaps a lid isn't necessary. When you are done with the spell, bury the components. So here's love spell number 15. Get a red rose. Let it dry out. This will take several days. Get some rose essential oil, some paper, a red pen, something to light fire with, something fireproof to burn paper on, and a printed photo of a deity of love and romance of your choice. Okay? So example would be like someone like Aphrodite or Cupid. That's an example of something like that. If you believe in pagan deities or a photograph of a romantic couple, for example, the silhouette of a couple kissing at sunset, you're going to be performing a petition spell. Set the photo of the deity or romance in front of you. Stare at it, letting worldly considerations fall away and focus your mind on the magic you are about to undertake. Focus intently on what success you would look like in your life. Using the red pen, write what you want on paper. Okay, then it says, keep it down to one or a few sentences. Use sappy romantic language, for example. Writing a short poem with rhyming couplets would be great. Spend time on this. Write neatly and focus intensely on your intent as you write. If you believe in pagan gods, write the name of the deity on top of the page, as though you were writing them a letter. Rub rose essential oil on the edges of the paper. Then they said, use a Q-tip. Make sure the oil doesn't touch the ink, not for metaphysical reasons. Just because the oil may make the ink run, silently read what you wrote over and over using a combination of your emotions and your willpower to infuse meaning and substance into the paper. Visualize the paper becoming something more than it is on a mundane level. The more you focus your intention into the paper, the stronger it will become. Read what you wrote in a loud, firm, projecting voice. Read it like you are making an announcement to the cosmos about what will be. Light the rose on fire, the petals, not the stem. If it's dry, it will burn like a small torch. Using the rose torch, set the paper with the writing on fire. Make sure it burns completely. This will release your intention into the universe, aligning the future with your goals. And if you believe in pagan deities, supplicating their assistance as well. If you evoke deities during this ritual, express your heartfelt thanks for the help they will provide during this spell. Extinguish the rose torch, get a snack to eat. That was a lot to take in, right, people? Jesus Christ. Let's see what else is. So it looks like they moved back to love spell 1 after that. Hold on. Okay, but we're nearing the end. Okay, so love spell 1. Artificially age some paper using old coffee, then cut into tiny sheets just big enough to write a few affirmations on. I rolled them into tiny scrolls. Tying them with a pink thread, I dried a bunch of rose petals from my front yard using a book to press them, and used 1 pill per bottle. A drop of honey, a pinch of brown sugar, a silver of cinnamon bark, some rosemary, a few rose quartz, and tiny scrolls go into the bottle, and I sealed the cork with pink candle wax. Rose can be used as bookmarks in books. Okay? Then they did a self-love love spell 2. For the candle, you could use yellow for healing, red for love, pink for self-love, green for abundance, as in abundance of love, or white. And my glass chalice are small clear quartz points in rainwater, which I associate with cleansing, purity, and healing. The next thing they said is the crystals on the right include raw rose quartz, puffed heart, and skull, and an opalite angel. On the left is dried lavender for peace and love, and a feather for the representation of the air element. You can omen anything you don't feel called to use, or add more things, or swap things out. Make it your own. So here's love spell number 3. Is a spell jar, they said. Himalayan salt, bay leaves, pink feathers, carnation petals, rose petals, and a lemon seed encased in wax on the lid. Love spell number 4. At 6 a.m. or noon, or 6 p.m. or noon, or whenever you can see the moon. All of the above. Face east or the moon, stand up straight, raise your hands all the way to the sky. Say a prayer something like, I am as beautiful as the moon, as powerful as the sky, as wise as the stars. Make a swan dive motion down toward your feet and touch the ground, or as close as you can get. And say another prayer like I am solid as earth, as changing as the seasons, as strong as great oak, and as flexible as a willow, or whatever is comfortable and makes sense for you. Or say nothing. Do this a couple of times, basically till you get bored of it. Then plant your feet about shoulder width apart, hands by your side, and say another prayer. Something like, I am as present as the air in my lungs, and as grateful as the clouds in the sky. Again, you can make up whatever prayer and mantras, chants you want. Those are just something like the ones I use. Okay, so hold on. Okay. So here's love spell number 5. Buy yourself some roses and some pink salt. Can be found at most grocery stores. Arrange most of the roses in a pretty vase with water. Select 1 or 2 that you will use later, and for those you will run a hot bath and put the petals in, along with the salts. It's best if you have one of those things for your drain that will catch the petals before they clog your system. As you bathe, you can light some candles or incense, or play some soothing music, meditate, sing. Okay, sit down, Mr. Fox. You can also get a dry erase marker at the store and draw seals on your mirror with it, and that will boost self-confidence and work as kind of a glamour magic too. Okay, here's self-love spell 6. Okay, make a spell jar. You can use literally any jar or cup or even a tin can. Inside, also put rose water, rose quartz, pink salt, a rose petal, leaves, thorns, and thorns here would be, I'm, as great as, and I know it, a pink piece of paper with your name on it, that kind of thing. Seal it however you want with wax or saran wrap, doesn't really matter. Okay, so then they said, any suggestion on one that's best for simply increasing passion and love in the existing relationship that we both can do together. Let me see if they said anything. They're asking a question. That person never answered their question. Okay, so anyway, don't forget to like the video, to subscribe, and that is pretty much the love spell collection of 20 different love spells that we just went through. So I hope you guys like the video and see you next time.